Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and I hope you guys are enjoying my new lens that I just got for my Canon 80D. And in today's video, we're going to be going over the top 5 things that I love about my 2018 WRX after only 2 months of ownership. So let's jump right into the video. Okay, so this scenery is much more appropriate for today's video. And the first thing that I love about this 2018 WRX is the looks. I know I've touched on it in other videos, but this vehicle just, it looks insane. So let's roll the B-roll. The way the front is like angled, it's just so angry and mean. Like just look at that. It just looks great. And I love on the 2018 bumpers how they came out like this angle right here, and all of this is matte black down here, along with the matte black right here. It just makes it much more angular and much more aggressive. The second thing that I've come to love about this car in the past 2 months of owning it is the sound this engine makes. So the new, I believe it's the FA20 motor that they put in the 2015 Plus WRXs, makes a pretty incredible sound. And like, people hate on it because you don't get that Subi rumble, because it doesn't allow for unequal length headers. But I still think that this car sounds amazing. Now, don't get me wrong, you can ruin the sound. Like, I don't like this car straight piped. I think it sounds absolutely terrible when it's straight piped. But probably I'm gonna get a resonator delete, and with a muffler delete, I think that's the perfect sound for this car. And if you like it quieter, but you want still that rumble with that off-road downpipe, then you might want to go with an NVIDIA R400 exhaust. So there's so many exhaust options for this, but if you think about straight piping it, I will tell you definitely not to do that, because the car will sound like a raspy Honda, in my personal opinion. So let's get to reason number 3. Reason number 3 is simply going to be the driving dynamics of this car. This car, how do I say this? When I was driving my Mustang felt like a Mustang, untamed. I can lose traction at any point in time if I just pretty much dropped it down to second gear and just floored it, even on the highway. And in this car, I feel in control. No matter what mountain road I am on, no matter what I'm doing, if I'm on gravel, I still feel in control of the car. And that's mainly because of the all-wheel drive system, but also with the steering feel. It feels 10 times better than the Mustang ever did. And the Subaru, I give you a, let's give you a snap, because I can't clap right now. So we give you a snap of applause, because you nailed it with this car. And I test drove an STI before I bought this car, because I didn't know which one I wanted. And both of them drive amazing. The STI has its own characteristics, but both of these cars are amazing cars to buy if you're just buying it for the driving dynamics. So snap of applause for Subaru, snap of applause. The fourth thing that I love about this car, and I was already expecting coming from the Mustang community, but the tunability of this car is I feel like it's almost, if not equal to, better than the Mustang community. And that means a lot coming for me, because when I buy a car, I look at the aftermarket community. I look at how much aftermarket parts cost, how many of them are there, etc. And on this car, the aftermarket community is massive. It's really high up here. And yes, the only tuner really for this car is Cobb, but even with Cobb, there's so much. There's just so many mods, like different mud flaps, different rims, different bumpers, different hoods, different canards, whatever I want to do to this car, different lower splitters, different everything, whatever I want to do to this car, I can legitimately do. Like, I've seen Subarus that are modded to the wazoo with a giant freaking wing that you can have your Sunday dinner on, or like you can slam it to the ground and just have a show car on some airbags with some camber out of the wazoo. Like, there's so much you can do to this car that I don't know where to start. And in my Mustang, I knew exactly where to start. I started with an exhaust, and then I went to, I think next on my Mustang, I did a tuner, and then I went to a wing, and then I went to, like, I knew exactly what to do. But on this car, I don't know where to start. I might just start with a Cobb access port, but then after that, do I get a downpipe? Do I get a wing? Do I get an appearance pack? Do I get a new bumper? Do I get it wrapped a different color? Do I get different rims? Do I get the vortex generator? Do I get an STI trunk? Do I get a new hood? I don't know. And that would scare most people, but that makes me think that I'm gonna have this car for a long time because all the mods are gonna take a while to save up for. I don't know if you guys know this, but Subaru mods are much more expensive than your average Mustang mod. For example, my Mustang tuner only cost, my XCT tuner only costs $399. On this, it costs, for the Cobb access port, it costs $675. So even with the military discount, it's $575. So it's still pretty pricey. So it's going to involve a lot of saving, but it's more than worth it. So that is reason number 4. So let's get to reason number 5, the 5th and final reason why I love this car after only owning it for 2 months. So the 5th reason of why I love this car after owning it for only 2 months is you guys, the Subaru community. And yeah, I still have some Mustang subscribers, but mainly the Subaru community has been so welcoming towards the WRX. I've never been part of a community where everyone's just so friendly towards, no matter what car you drive, everyone's like, wow, dude, it's a nice car. Even 20-year-old STIs, 20-year-old WRXs, like, you see them and people are like, wow, like, that's a nice freaking Subaru. And even when I see them on the highway, it's always a, hey, what's up, bro? It's, no matter, in 20 years, this car will still be a WRX and it will still get as much attention, if not more, because it'll be a classic in 20 years than it is now. And I love that about the Subaru community, and I honestly can say that I did not feel that way about the Mustang community, because a Mustang, people buy Mustangs because they're the cool car. Not all car enthusiasts buy them. You have your grandmas who drive them, you have your soccer moms, whoever wants a Mustang, they pretty much buy it. But you don't go to a Subaru dealership just browsing for a car and suddenly walk out with the WRX. You go to a Subaru dealership wanting a WRX. If you don't know what this car is, it just looks like a Corolla to you or whatever. Only people who know what this car is, who know exactly what it can do, buy a WRX. You don't have your just average Joe Schmo in their mid-50s driving around in a Mustang that really doesn't care about the car community, but just bought it because they wanted a Mustang for like the past 40 years. No. In this car, if you drive it, you know exactly what it is, and you know the community. So every time you see another Subaru, what's up, bro? Every time you see a vape, nice vape, bruh. Like, and that's why I love about this car. I've got no negative attention because I didn't get the STI. I got a WRX because that's what I could afford, and I pretty much love this car as soon as I saw it. I fell in love with it, so I had to get it. And yeah, so that's gonna be my 5th and final reason on why I love this car after only owning it for 2 months. So guys, if you like this video and if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next couple videos, because my wife and I are heading down to the most southern part of the United States, Key West. So stay tuned for the rest of the videos, guys, and we're about to enjoy that Florida sun. Next time I see you, peace.